Well, former Prime Ministers are a fixture on the campaign trail, but it's not often that the nation's two immediate past leaders re-enter the political fray on the same day. Tonight, John Howard delivered a scathing assessment of the Rudd-Gillard government, claiming that Julia Gillard has been an even bigger failure than her predecessor. But it was Kevin Rudd who stole the show, really, re-emerging from his post-prime ministerial exile late today to savage Tony Abbott and announced that he'll hit the campaign trail this weekend. Dana Robertson reports from Canberra.
She's a self-declared atheist, but Julia Gillard is embracing Australia's first saint-to-be. She was guest of honour at a dinner to raise funds to celebrate the canonisation of Mary MacKillop.
It's a deeply significant time for the 5 million Australians of Catholic faith. It is also a deeply significant time for those of us who may not share the Catholic faith but still deeply respect the great contribution of the Church and of Australian Catholics to the social fabric of our nation.
Saintly behaviour is not the usual realm of election campaigns.
God our Father, we ask you to bless our nation of Australia.
And across town it was business as usual.
It's going very well.
We all know that the Rudd-Gillard government has been a monumental disaster. A disaster unparalleled in Australian history.
Tony Abbott's Catholic, but he spent the evening feting North Sydney's Chinese community.
Liberalism and the Australian Chinese community go hand in hand.
And being feted by his former leader.
Real people don't need to say that they're real. And Tony Abbott is the most authentic political figure that I've come across in many years.
It's the day for former Prime Ministers to re-emerge.
Oh, good. Thank you very much.
If Julia Gillard's campaign has lost its way, the man whose government did the same is striding in to save it.
There is a real danger at present, because of the rolling political controversy about myself, that Mr Abbott is simply able to slide quietly into the office of Prime Minister.
Back in the game, Mr Rudd unleashed the speech he might have given had he had the chance to call the election.
I honestly do not believe that he is up to the job of being Prime Minister of Australia.
And there's more to come. From Sunday, Kevin Rudd will be deployed as the Labor Party's not-so-secret weapon, especially in Queensland, where there's been the biggest backlash to his dumping.
I can't be silent while knowing that Mr Abbott has opposed those measures which kept Australia out of the global recession, unique among the developed economies of the world.
We do share a deep sense of belief about what's right for this country.
So now it's two Prime Ministers for the price of one, with Kevin Rudd hoping to achieve from the backbench what his own party thought he couldn't do as leader, retaining government for Labor. He's also reclaiming his own legacy.
Let me say this proudly and clearly. The fundamentals of the economy and the policy directions of our country are absolutely right.
Kevin knows, as I know, that Mr Abbott made the wrong judgment when we were threatened by the global financial crisis. He will make the wrong judgments for the future if he is elected as Prime Minister.
His presence on the campaign trail will be a reminder of the kind of political thuggery which now haunts the modern Labor Party.
But today's performance was about the best that Julia Gillard could have hoped for from Kevin Rudd's re-emergence. The Prime Minister avoided making any major policy announcements, knowing that Mr Rudd would overshadow whatever the government had to say. But 6 weeks on, her biggest negative might finally be turning into a positive.
Hi, Prime Minister.
Dana Robertson, Late Line.